nothing but trouble.
Why do you hate the people from Slan? They are my people.
Do you say that?
Yes. Oh shit.
He raises up his staff. You're Slenish?
Yes, just on an adventure.
No. She said Slan.
Slan,
She's
like
from Slan. The Slanish.
Spanish, right?
I thought you said flan.
Flan is good, yes.
No,
different
I
word.
heard Slenish. And you notice the other two people that were with him kind of put down the body they were carrying.
No, it's very easy. See, hey, Orville. Hey, Orville, tell us how that guy got killed.
Oh, he got stumped to death.
Yeah, see? He got stumped.
Yes, see?
What do you hear when he says?
With the boots.
We've given you the benefit of the doubt, but I knew we shouldn't have trusted you all. You half-orcs and hobgoblins and the Slenish. I knew you. You're all conniving and an elf. Ah.
At least we got most of the information we needed, so
I don't ever come to back to town. Never come to Byjoff, or you'll see the hard end of this staff.
Both ends of the staff are hard.
enjoy your naked gnome murder.
You get out of here now. Go.
Well, I suppose we're moving on.
Well,
am I the only one who knows when to keep his mouth shut? Just for...
Seems so.
No, you.
As we're walking away, I'm just gonna cross my arms and go. This is 2 towns we've managed to get kicked out of now. I think at this point, maybe we need to enforce a few rules among ourselves about what we should or should not say and do.
I couldn't contain myself.
No, I mean, we only got kicked out of one town. The other ones we left on our own.
I'm very certain we're persona non grata in Fafan. Oh, I'm sorry, those are big words for you. They don't like us.
Are you making fun of my accent now? Is this what you're doing? Is this how you choose to spend your time, moron?
No, I'm making fun of your vocabulary. Complete difference, and one I'm sure you just can't even tell.
I have not wasted words with you before. I do not know why you think I cannot speak in your tongue.
Sometimes you fool me. But I guess we're going down this lonely river. Yeah, this river connects up into the mountains.
Yeah, so I was trying to find a good token to use. I wanted to find one of those nice those you are here red drops.
Oh, I used to have one of those.
Yeah, I was trying to find one to use a you are here.
Yeah. I can't. Since I can't access my token collection, I can't drag one out.
It's also difficult given the scale of the map too, right? Because you'd have to bloat up the image a whole lot to make the tokens actually look good instead of just small smudges.
Well, that's why I was hoping to get something with an arrow-ish at the end.
So where are we on here?
We're roughly about here.
Yeah, you're roughly south of Byjoff. And so we'll pull out Elka, you're at the top, so let's see how big your token is.
Big.
So what if we, that's about where you are. That's about where you guys are on the map, is just a little bit south of Byjoff. I guess you guys don't have to see hit points.
Well, let's continue further south to Akak.
Remind me. Why are we going south?
We were heading towards this particular location because that's where we thought maybe the next tome can be found.
For some reason, I thought we were heading northwest.
I think the tomb's in the graveyard of Bijov.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I missed an
Well, we
episode.
tried to avoid asking that question to not appear too suspicious, and we see what happens when they are suspicious. And going back now would be foolish.
All right. Here's where you guys are.
You're welcome.
Maybe you could shrink that down a little bit.
No. Now I think it's large enough that everyone can see.
Yeah, this is fine. This is good. I don't see any problems.
Just always
don't see
travel
any-
south now, I guess.
Yeah, the only way we can see. So here's the.
We've gone
here's the
100
bit
miles south, so we could see what town was north of us.
here. So, did I heard people say go south? I heard people go check out the northern location.
We were heading towards this yellow location,
And
which is
that where you
slightly
guys
towards
want
the
to go?
mountains. It's where I want to go.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll follow along. I'm
Alright.
bringing up the rear.
So, and you guys are basically searching through the hills and the mountains. You're trying to find a location that matches the locations you've been to before. Is that correct?
Right, yeah.
So, can I have everyone roll observation checks as you're looking for similar features in the landscapes around you?
What about listening?
Well, what do your eagle eyes see?
I don't know if listening would
Again,
work.
echolocation. This is how I identify features around me.
Yeah, you'd be able to see within the 500 feet or so that you can echolocate.
So I'm hearing a yes.
Yeah, roll.
Wow.
This is actually the worst you've rolled so far, I think.
Well, I mean, still technically that falls within an easy to whatever
Mhm.
range
It's
check.
an average check, yeah.
Yeah. These trees are made of rubber. These are rubber trees. I can only hear my own voice. Wait, that's how echolocation works. Never mind.
You guys are looking around, and you spend most of the rest of the day scouting around this area of this yellowish dot, and I mean you spend hours searching through the entire area, and you're fairly certain there's nothing like that out here. Once during the middle of the day, you spot someone else hiking in the distance of about 500-600 feet away, but it looks like they spotted you as well, and then they veered off. They didn't look like they moved closer to you.
Mm-hmm. That's unfortunate.
Why did we?
You know real well.
Why did we think something was here?
Math. If each of these tomes are supposed to be equidistant from each other, then this seems like one likely location. So it's possible either A, I've been completely wrong the entire time, or B, they aren't on the south side and instead they're on the north side.
I say we check the north.
Right, and that's going to be a longer journey. We probably do want to actually pick up supplies for that, because that'll be at least a little while.
So let's continue further south to this Akak.
What do you think will be there?
I don't know. It's linked to towns, so Terran and Fafan. So if it's not in Bijov, maybe it's further south in Akak. Maybe it's Akak and Bashan. Right? Because it's not just in the middle of the wilderness. It's going to be linked to a town. Because the first two were Terran and Fafan. That's my thinking.
Unless the towns got destroyed. I mean, these are ancient ruins, right?
Right.
I'll shrug. Well, we probably need to pick up food anyway. We can do that in a cack.
Okay.
Can't do it in Vajra if anyone.
Right.
Unless there's Slan settlements that we do not know about nearby.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's much in the area. It doesn't seem anyone even lives here.
Unless they're so small they're not placed on the map. Maybe a native inhabitant would know.
Is
Well, there went some over there, but I don't think they want to talk with us.
that worth checking for, Eli?
What?
Small inhabitant, small like little settlements in the Slan area.
Yeah, there certainly could be out in these middle of nowhere areas where there's not any towns. There could be like outcroppings or single houses or those frontier settlers. There could certainly be or old hermits. There could be certainly places out there in the middle of nowhere that are smaller than, even 20 people.
How would I check for that or know for that? I have Slan etiquette.
You would have to have you would know there's probably some houses out here, but it would be really local knowledge to know of some exact houses out there. It would be having local history from that area.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you knew local history of this area, then you'd probably know of any villages out there.
And we're too dumb because we don't have any knowledge like that.
Don't have that. My thirst.
But yeah, you could certainly ask and kind of ask like when you see people out there, or if you're in a village in a nearby town. You could
What about that
certainly
person
ask.
that veered away? Just shout before they get out of distance.
Hey, no, wait!
You seem to make them veer away without other input, so. Well, to a cack.
I suppose to a cack.
All right. So you guys start trekking. Are you going to kind of skirt around these hills, or are you going to try to go over that point of elevation?
We could probably go around it and just get there by the rest of the day, because this wasn't too far away from Byhoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if we went over the mountain, we'd have to cross 2 rivers. Or a river.
Yeah. All right. So you guys start trekking back towards Byhoff. About halfway, once you're about right there, once you guys are right about here, just south of Byhoff, you're moving through some hilled area and over a little bit. You cross paths with some large footprints. Each one of them is about twice the size of even Eric's feet.
Eric, we found your father.
Another line like that, and we might have a problem.
Well, there's still something big and dangerous out here, so that's probably our first problem.
Something
Where-
best avoided.
Where do they
Right, so
go?
you're-
Do they cross or do they?
roll a tracking check.
Nope.
You can tell that the tracks look between maybe 1 to 2 days old, but you can tell that it looks like they're heading from in the kind of southeast to southwest direction. Looks like they're moving east to west.
All right.
So we're going the opposite direction then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think we'll be okay.
Seems like that.
There is, of course, the bizarre possibility that maybe this giant creature has found exactly the thing that we want, and somehow it's taking up our residence there. But that's me hoping for massive coincidences.
I mean, the possibility also exists that it's walking backwards.
If so, then I will admit this creature has outplayed us.
That'd be interesting. They're like Tusken Raiders too, so they all walk in line, so they're all just moonwalking backwards, covering
Look,
their tracks.
in this world full of tricks and traps, I wouldn't put it past it to have a creature that's feet seem to be backwards. Just
True.
so it can literally trick anybody who has the tracking skill.
That would actually be interesting. I might have to write something down for that.
It's an evolutionary anomaly.
Right. Yes.
So you guys get back on this. You guys start leaving the woods, and you meet back up with the trail leading from Baijov down to Kak, and you're moving down the trail, and you're maybe about a mile away from a Kak. You can kind of start to see the smoke rising from the chimneys of what you assume to be the village, and you get you hear yeah, actually first roll listening check. We'll see how many people hear it.
The screaming. Oh my God, the screaming.
Hey.
So
Alright.
Karamikos, Elka, and Whirlin, you all hear a sort of crashing sound coming from the woods, from the brush to the woods on your right. And Karamikos, you can tell it's some sort of it's a small humanoid, and you can hear them grunting as they're pushing aside the ow, oh, ow, as they're pushing aside the brush.
It's not the voice of our guy, is it?
It doesn't sound like that
Damn.
that drunken dwarf.
I was hoping.
It's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and have my weapons ready just in case like they pop out and try to attack us or something.
Me too.
And I
Right.
guess I'll like hide behind a tree because I'm an elf.
Yeah, so you guys kind of prepare, and out onto the road stumbles a young boy, maybe between maybe 8 to 10, somewhere in that range. He's all scratched up and bleeding from what looks like several scrapes of brush and woods. He's got a spot on his knee where it looks like he's fallen, and he's muddy. He's panting, and oh, hello. Uh, are, are, who are you?
Oh, the desire to call out Merlin as some sort of bandit as he's hiding behind a tree with all his weapons out.
What are you?
Uh,
Is that what you're gonna do?
No, I have 2 charisma. It was not go poor. It was not go well if I talk.
I tap Elvin. As long as you don't tell them that, the thing you said before, we should be fine. Go ahead, talk to the child.
What, that thing about you being from Slin?
Yeah.
Now you scared the child.
Sven! And he starts jumping. He starts running back into the bush that he came from.
No! Go back, little guy.
This trivia is fun, isn't it?
No, it's stupid. That's what it is.
Whirlin's
think
gonna
you
chase
are
after
the
the
moron,
child,
yeah.
and he's just gonna say, "Wait, hold up! They are harmful, I swear." And I'm gonna put away my swords right now.
I have candy. So you're
Come
running
back!
after
Come
him.
to my van!
He's
Don't-
clearly already was running
Don't
from
run.
something and is in
Don't.
danger of some kind. It would be bad of me to leave him to just go to the forest.
Or he's just a child playing in the woods.
He seemed kind of beaten up.
He was running through a briar patch. You heard him say, ooh, ah, ah, because he was walking through the thing. That or he knew it was the witch doctor, and he told him what to do. Some of you laugh. That's all I need.
I got it. So you're gonna run after him, and you're gonna try to calm him down, or you're gonna grab him? What are you gonna do? He's
I'm
running.
trying to calm him down.
Ah! Ah!
Calm down, we mean no harm.
All right, give me a. I mean he's got some stuff going again. This is going to be another persuasion check.
I've made my attempt, so here's mine. Not great, as usual.
He gets a negative 13 though, so he's here. You're running after him, and he gets halfway to the briar patch, and he falls, and he slumps. Just let me die in peace.
Hold up now. You're not going to die. You're just a little cut up. Look, my friend here has some salve. It'll make you feel better, and your wounds won't get infected. Just calm down for a little bit. You're safe. You're fine. You're with Whirlin.
Merlin from the story.
Close enough.
Yes, I am great and powerful, and of course, infinitely benevolent.
Oh, what? Why? Why are you hanging out with people from Slen?
Such is a strange story that I should tell you once we get you back to your parents.
Uh, uh he gets visibly more agitated. Do you have any food or water first?
Yes, I do. And I'll go ahead, I'll pull out my water skin, and I'll hand it over to him. And maybe just like a handful of something from like the travel rations.
Oh, oh, thank you.
I guess I'll mark that off.
But
There goes the travel ration.
no, please don't take me to my parents. You can't do that yet.
Well, let's slow down then. Tell us everything that's going on. We're here to listen.
Well, first you have to save my friends.
Start from the beginning.
So in the beginning, like my dad and mother used to say, in the beginning, with the birds and the bees, they were hanging out.
Accelerated
No.
about to this morning.
See,
This morning, I woke up and it was all muddy and cold, and I had to crawl through the bushes, and then I almost got attacked by bandits from Slen, murderers, and then Whirlin, you saved me.
And that was when your friends got taken from you.
No, they didn't. That didn't happen today. That happened a while ago.
Well, tell us that story then.
Oh, well, you're confusing. You need to be better.
You're right. I have a dizzying intellect. I understand.
There I was, playing and helping Pa, working out in the garden, and these bad guys, a lot of them, bandits and rough. Ooh, they're mean, and my dad and mom told me to come back into the house, but it didn't help. The bandits, well, they took over. They have the band. They have the whole keep, and they decided to take some of us kids prisoner. They said to be hostages, hostages. We were hostages, and they kept us as hostages, and they rotate us, and but they keep us trapped in case so no one does anything bad. Uh, it's I I I I'm worried.
See, it's a terrible thing. And I'll look over to Elka and see what your
I'm
expression
sure
is.
you can help. Yeah.
We could help him.
Wait.
It might
so
lead
these
us.
bandits came into your town and took the children as hostages.
Yep. Yes, as Haas sausages.
Hot sausages?
Yes.
Well, are we cooking a meal? I could go for
Yeah,
some hot sausages.
They took them, but I was smart. I got away. I snuck out, and now I found you guys. You must be help, right?
These bandits, were they large?
Oh, they're big, real big, and muscular, and smelly.
Very quick question, if I could for a moment. What are hot sausages?
Hostages.
No, shut up, you horrible person.
Hot
These are-
sausages. Well, a hot sausage is where you cook a sausage and they're warm. It's good for breakfast.
I
Or
just
dinner,
want to make
or-
sure
Ooh,
that we
do you
are
have any
not falling
sausage?
into a child's delusion where a butcher came to sell his parents some hot sausages and he ran away.
I
Traditionally.
don't think. Usually, that does not include capturing a keep and keeping other children.
Right,
Yeah.
maybe the children
Right.
were so excited about hot sausages that they went with the butcher to get the meat, and he completely misread the situation. This is a
You-
child, after all.
Who can barely speak because he doesn't know the words, so it's easier for them to.
Or he knows the exact words and he is saying the right ones.
Ignore the silly cloaked person over here. Do you
Yes.
know how many of them there were? How many did you ever see?
Uh, dozens.
Dozens.
We could
Dozens.
have passed them on the way here.
I don't
A
think
lot
we
of
did.
them.
Hmm.
There were those tracks that were heading the opposite direction that we were.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in the town's keep. They're still here.
Ah.
Yeah.
But where's the
Everyone will
keep?
be really happy if you help them. And I'm sure the bandits have a lot of money.
I'm sure they did.
I bet they do for a good fight.
Warland just kind of like tries to stifle a giggle at that thought. Like, yes, bandits have lots of money. That's why they're rich.
Yes, 12 dozen bandits.
I'm
Yeah,
getting this job.
they're in the woods outside of town. Akak, it's very much in. There's the village, and then the village in the woods, and there's an old village. It used to be the old town, and I wasn't really allowed to play there because there were some ruins, but I have, and it's
Can you
kind
take
of
us
cool.
there?
Oh, uh, I could, but it's very dangerous.
We'll protect you.
Okay.
I mean, we won't, but we say we will.
What?
No, we'll protect you, no worries.
Let's go.
I mean,
And then we'll get your friends.
we,
Elka
al-
has big shield.
we almost get ourselves killed on a daily basis, so I don't know how we'll protect a small child.
That's not the point.
I mean,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can show you where it is. Do you have any of those sausages I was hearing about?
Yes, there's another one here. And at this point, I've
Ooh.
already deducted the whole trail ration for him.
Oh, thank you.
it's not really a hot sausage.
It used to be at one point.
Well, I mean, it's a dried up husk of meat and whatever
More like
now.
jerk.
The
Yes.
specifics are in.
I can leave it out in the sun for a while. That'll heat it up.
Well, let's go.
Child, let's go.
So, he
And I
he
have my bow
escorts
out
you.
ready to.
Oh, this
He
again.
escorts. He escorts you farther, and so you guys are about. If you notice, there is the scale should be correct on this in feet. So if you do use the measurement tool, it should work for you.
It's a little off.
It seems fine.
It's at least 5 feet off.
Looks like your arrow's a little too far there, bub.
No, I think you'll find that you're going to tell me to stop when I'm already in the lake.
Yeah, look, perfectly accurate. Just like the scale says, 410 feet. So, you guys are about off here to the side of the trail. The main road seems to go about. I guess actually you're crossing to the other side of this. Never mind. You guys are coming along the side here. There looks like there's about 3 buildings out near some fields where there's kind of a clearing next to the river that you guys passed by. and then he tells you that the main amount of the village is in the woods here. But to the south, which is at the very bottom, where I'm pinging, that there's the old abandoned ruins of. It's an old village, he says, and that's where the bandits stay. But there's a few of those mean guys in the village as well.
Maybe we should ambush and capture one of them from the village, and they'll give us information about the rest of them.
It would be a good place to start.
Wait.
And with
Is
the
the
layout of the
village-
town, you guys can you guys are coming from the top of the screen. That's when you're coming down from that road across the creek. So you can start. He'll take you to spots that can ford the creek, either on the right or the left. So it's entirely up to you.
Is the village full of bandits?
There's
Sorry,
bandits.
that was an
yeah.
out of character question. I'm trying to rehash what's already been said.
Okay.
Is the village? Did he say the village was full of bandits?
Yep, he said there's bandits in the village, but most of them are out at the castle.
Right. So there are bandits in the village, but is the entire village bandits?
No. There's some good people.
So that if we were to ambush bandits in village, we would seem to be kidnappers. Whatever good people are in the village would see us as kidnappers, and we do.
The village is not all made out of bandits.
No,
The
I
village-
understand this. This is what I'm saying, that if there are bandits in the village pretending to be villagers, then we would seem to be just kidnapping people.
Why would the bandits who took over pretend to be villagers?
I'm sorry, you seem to have a good handle on what's going on right now. Why don't you go ahead and do this thing? I will be 120 feet behind you.
I'll take your lead on this. I could maybe try to sneak closer and see how many there are first, and where they are. So I will try to sneak closer to the village, and I'll try to get eyes on bandits and see what I can figure out. I'll try to stick to the tree so I can use my elven bonus of being sneaky inside forestry.
Why
Yep,
would
so give. Yep. Sorry.
why would they be? Why wouldn't they? Why would they be in the old keep when they're raiding the village? Wouldn't they be in the village?
They could be
Uses it-
keeping an eye on the villagers.
True.
And use this as a perfect place of operations. I mean, it's hidden in the woods. They can use this to raid other places and have the.
And yet
villagers
this
work
small
for them.
child knows where it's at. Very hidden. Super
Because
smart.
he's from here.
Yes,
You don't trust the child?
It's nothing against the child. I very much like the child. He's chutzpah. I just don't think the super secret hidden base is very super secret hidden when a small child can find it.
It's just
I think he got
him being-
kidnapped to it. He didn't find it. He got dragged.
No, he ran away. He very much specifically said this.
Yes, because he lives here. But it's an advantage to be in the woods. You understand this?
So why don't you go to the village? We'll split up, and we'll go to the keep. We'll go to the
Yes.
old section.
Let's get some information first, beyond what the child knows. Okay.
Okay.
Let's Also, we can call their numbers. Then it's much easier to deal with them, wherever they might be.
I'm just surprised there is so much forest around here. So close to the mountains of Slane.
All right. So I guess we're making our way in the forest, and
All right. Who's going to be the one sneaking closer? And so if this is the where do you want the "We Are Here" sign to be? Where do you guys?
From what I've heard described, the few bandits are in this area, right? Then this is the town proper, correct?
Yep, that's the town proper. Yep.
Okay, and there's a couple of bandits that are in there, so I'm probably gonna come through the woods to like maybe around here, and then try to view into the woods from maybe here or maybe like here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, can you give me an opposed sneaking check?
Okay. And I am an elf in natural terrain, so that is an extra 50 on top of this, probably.
Yep, that's correct.
I have 52, so pops that up to 102.
All right. So you're sneaking forward, and you sneak through the woods, and you're looking in, and you're peering into the village, and trying to pick out how long are you going to stay and watch? Are you going to just glance, or are you going to spend the entire afternoon watching?
I'm gonna say 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Give me an observation check. This is not opposed, and you're trying to notice and spot anyone who looks uh, different than any
Mhm.
others, and that's a very difficult check. So that's perfect. That's awesome.
Wow.
You're looking in, and you're scanning and trying to pick out the few folks that are spread out among like who's different. And you spot what looks like five people that look like they really stand out. And one of them you notice is a tall, broad fellow with a who's carrying a heavy staff. But the part that really looks different is it's got metal banding on the top and bottom, almost to make it more of a weapon. Um, he's a large, ugly man with this greasy black hair, and he always seems to be following around one of the older looking men in town that's kind of does rounds. So someone that you would probably recognize as someone who would be maybe the person in charge of this village, one of the
Mhm.
reeves of this village. And it looks like this man is following him around. You see four others that are kind of all doing various things that they're not really trying to blend in. They look kind of bandity, where one of them's just drinking some. They're just doing some rough, and they're just not treating the villagers well. And you see one of them who is kind of just standing and talking. He actually helps garden every so often, with some, or not the garden, but farm. You see him doing a little bit of assistance here and there. Um, but that's how many you see in this village. There appears to be five.
Okay. And what was the demeanor of the Reeve who's following this big staff guy around? Did he seem
Um,
like he's like cowed, or that he's like relaxing and like having fun and tossing jokes, like he's in on it, or what's the
he looks
feeling I get from
nervous. He
that?
looks
Okay,
nervous.
yeah. So he's cowed, he's intimidated, he can't do much. That's understandable.
But a lot of
Um,
the people that you're seeing, they look beaten. They look, and not just beaten necessarily physically, but they appear broken, like they've been under this rule reign for enough time that they might not necessarily have a lot of active fight left.
right. Okay, so I'm kind of like marking their positions and path like in my head mentally, so I can describe it to the others a little bit later. And I guess in the meanwhile, I don't necessarily need to like engage with them because that might be a little foolish. Um, and I guess as long as none of them manage to run away, yeah, that's like 1,000 feet from here to there, at least on the map. If they do run away, there's time for everyone else to run, so that's good. That's interesting. I'll go ahead. I'll take this information back, and I'll tell everyone. It looks like there are, in fact, 5 of them in town. One of them is big, and oh right, extra Eli question: does he seem like he's just important, or does that staff mean or signify something like that he's a priest?
Do you have any knowledge of religion?
If I tell Elka that, do you have any idea?
There's no way I'd know anything like that.
Does anyone, if you does anyone have the religion skill?
Is Elka a cleric?
No, I'm a
Well, you're from
knight.
Slen. I thought you might know.
We're
I
not on
don't
the
have religious knowledge.
we're not on the
It
Slen
doesn't
side
seem.
though.
Yeah, it doesn't seem Slenish to that big old staff.
Okay.
And the staff really stood out as well because a lot of those other bandits were carrying, cudgels or swords or small one-handed weapons, and he had this big ass staff.
So perhaps a priest.
I think there is a lot of room here to try to make maneuvers. You have your bow, Orbital. How far do you think you could try shooting them from?
100 yards at least.
Quite a distance. That gives us a number of opportunities.
Could try.
They're not all necessarily clumped together either. It might be possible to ambush one or two of them and then make it a more than even fight for us. I think we have a good chance here. We don't necessarily need to fight all of them. We just need to take all these villagers and get them moving.
Well, we got to block any exit to try to go back to the keep then, and let the other ones know. Because if how many are at the keep, maybe we should figure out how many are at the keep and then decide which would be easier.
Mhm.
I suppose I could go scout that for you as well.
And I have a boat too.
Good.
So when I'm out, take some of them out anyway. So,
Is that really
okay.
our best option? Just sniping him?
Well, as an opener.
Yeah.
Yes, I read this
one thing-
good book once about a guy named Rambo.
He just popped straight out of the water. But yeah, I'll go ahead and try sneaking around the keep too and see if I can figure out numbers over there as well.
Yeah, give me a opposed sneaking check.
Okay, and I guess I'll attempt to try to keep to natural terrain too here, but if that's not possible, I might just not get close.
If you see at the bottom of the screen, there is a lot. The forest does get rather close to the actual the ruins of the old castle.
Maximum range on a longbow is 210 feet.
Where actually is that? Is that just the bottom left area here?
Do you have the short bow too right there?
Short bow is 150.
Okay.
I'm guessing these guys aren't wearing like heavy armor.
All right, so you sneak up pretty close. You're getting up. You get up all the way down here to what does appear to be like ruins of an old city, or an old village. You see that there's several buildings down there, like these several like depictions of buildings. Those all look like old ruins of buildings, old like half foundations. And in the very center of it is the shell of what looks like a small keep. You see the second floor looks only partially intact from the angle that you have, and the highest part of it that's still intact is an old staircase tower on the northeastern corner. And as you're watching, you see what looks like a bandit with a bow, kind of leaning against the top of the stairs there, and vaguely looking off, but he doesn't appear to notice you. And to be honest, it looks like he's more concerned with scratching his crotch than actually looking out for any potential danger. As you kind of do a 1 or a 360 of it, you see that there's no visible door to the outside of the keep, but there's a hole in one of the walls, and there's kind of a debris, a pile of old bricks and stones that looks like there's a ramp that would give access to that hole in the wall.
Right. Okay then. Definitely not going to rush right into there, but hey, it looks like there's a way in. There are people who are on guard, so that's something to be aware of. And
How many?
I guess, yeah. How many people do I happen to see? Probably none if they're all just inside.
Yeah, you just see the one up there on the tower, kind of giving a half-assed job of watching. You don't see anyone else visible from the outside.
Right. In which case, I'm going to assume they're not just going to pop out and say hello, and that'd be terrible if they did. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat right now and just inform the party I didn't get eyes on anyone. They do have a structure there. It could probably house some people.
I say we go for the large village.
Right. We'll try to free the villagers first, and we'll see from there. Maybe one of them can tell us a little bit more, and we could make a tactical decision from there.
That might also rally them to our side if we save them.
Mm-hmm.
Real
Agreed.
quick question. How are you on hit points, Eric?
I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah, good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah.
You took 3 hits and almost died. I just want to make sure that you're not about to die again.
Well, I am about to die again, but that's okay.
Well, here's what we'll do.
I'll use my bow. I'll stay at a distance.
That's a good idea.
Are you proficient with a bow?
I am.
Okay.
Then here's what we can do. We can go ahead and rest for the night, and then come slightly before the morning, we'll make our attempt to strike.
That sounds good.
Just before morning?
Right.
Why not do it at night?
Yeah,
Because most of us can't see at night.
we could do that.
Right, but they are, what, human?
I can.
They're mostly, what, humans?
Mostly human.
Right,
Yep.
so we would have more of an advantage at night than they would.
That is true. I guess it ultimately comes down to how do both Orbital and Eric feel about trying to make 300-yard shots in the middle of the night.
Well, I'm gonna have to get closer than that.
Well, I rather mean
But
that.
I feel great. Let's do it.
The half hobgoblin and the
Oh.
half orc can have what, low light vision or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you're better off than the humans with bows at the same range
Can't you like climb a tree or something?
Sure.
and jump on people, steal
Yeah.
boots.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can do that.
See, Eli taught us the lesson early on, and now we just have to apply it.
Exactly. He programmed it for us.
Just jump from with steel boats onto people.
Steel boats.
Steel boat.
I mean, that'll do the trick
Steel
too.
boats. So the plan is to attack in the morning or night?
At night.
Attack at night? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you're going to attack the village at night?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So it is 1:50. We've got 10 minutes left. So this seems like a good point where you guys are poised to do this. And we'll jump into it next session. For today's session, everyone gained 35 35 experience points.
Plus
You're
35
up
hit
with
points.
points.
Double
about
my
to
hit
say
point
hit
total.
points.
I would take the hit points, yeah.
I'll take the hit points.
35.
Okay.
I thought I had some from the last time I played.
You should.
Halfway to 2.
Don't see any.
Yeah.
Sorry, 3. Halfway to 3.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, really? Wow.
Why, what are you at?
All right.
I'm at 240 total.
Oh, because you're, you didn't do backstory, remember?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 633. I assume everybody else is too.
Yep.
Or everyone that did a backstory, anyway.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys all next week at 10. You guys have another game at 2.
That's right.
All right. So stick around if you're interested. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like what you see, make sure to drop a follow. Have a good day.
See ya.